Activity 13.4 is measures of central tendency, the mean, median, and mode. This is where we analyze data and we are looking for where our data is centered. So we're going to look at an activity first, and that part one is going to be the meaning of the mean, median, and mode. By the way, all of these are averages. The very first one is you have 5 boxes with cookies, and you'd want to distribute the cookies evenly over the 5 boxes. I don't have cookies for you, but I do have this cute owls on a branch, so similar to the cookies. So what we're going to do is we're going to take like an owl away from number 2 and perch it, if I can make it fit on branch number 3. Okay, they're not even yet, so I'm going to take another one from 2 and put it on 3. And I'm going to take one from number 4 and I'm going to put it on branch number 1. I don't want to go in, but you can see how this evens it out. You could do this with water bottles. You could do this with a lot of different manipulatives, but it's a very powerful visual on showing what an average is. What is the mean? And that means you take from the higher ones, add to the lower ones until it's all evened out. When you do this, whatever you use, make sure you do it ahead of time so it works out nicely like these, so you don't have to cut them into pieces. This is what it looks like on paper. When your numbers are bigger and you want to find the mean of a set of numbers, we find the sum of the numbers and divide it by how many numbers are in the set. So the mean for this would be 80 plus 71 plus 55 plus 92 plus 100 plus 82, and it's going to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And do that on a calculator, figure out what your mean is. So this is probably what you're used to as being referred to as the average. The median is the middle number when your numbers are ranked. So in this set of numbers, they're already ranked. So I have students move their fingers in, and for this one, you have 6 numbers, which means the median is halfway in between the 2 middle numbers. Halfway between 7 and 8 is 7.5. If the numbers are much larger, you would find the average of the 2 middle numbers. Okay, if you do it with a set of odd numbers, you actually get a middle number. So if there is an even number of numbers, you take the mean of the 2 middle numbers. If there is an odd number of numbers, then you have one number that is the median. Okay, the mode tells us it's the least often used mode, but sometimes it is a useful one to know. So find the mode of these different sets of numbers. So it is the number that occurs the most often. So 9 and 9 would be the mode in the first set of numbers. The second set of numbers, it is possible to have 2 modes. It is also possible to have no mode, so none, if none of them repeat. You can have several modes, you can have one mode, you can have no mode. Part 2, these are the applications. This is going to be another one where you're going to go on the discussion board, and like sharing on the board, you'll share some of these problems, but you should try them all. So number 1 is it gives the frequency of police response times to emergency calls in a particular week. The left column is the response times in minutes, and then the right column is the frequency. So the raw data, you have 2 5-minute response times. You have 3, 10, 4, 15, one that is 20, none that are 25, and 2 that are 30. So you do not include 25. This is the raw set of data, and then they made a frequency table of that. You want to know how many emergency calls, so that's a total number of numbers in your raw data, the mode, the median, and then the mean. Okay, number 2, my cats have a mean weight of 10 pounds. If their combined weight is 40 pounds, how many cats do I have? So I have an average mean of 10. So if I add the sum of the weight of each of my cats and I divide it by the number of cats, that would give me the mean weight. So what do you know? You know the sum is 40. You don't know number of cats, and you know the mean is 10. Okay, let's look at number 3 together. All 333 pigs at a farm were weighed. Their total weight was 23,310 kilograms. What is their mean weight? Okay, let me write that down. 23,310 divided by 333 is the mean weight for 333 pigs. If the farmer adds 67 pigs that have the same mean weight, what is the total weight of the 400 pigs? So, what we know is the mean weight here is the same after you add 67 pigs. So you get 400. And what I want to know is what is the total weight. So you find the mean weight, then you can find the total weight for 400 pigs. Number 4, on the first 3 tests in her college physics class, Isabel scored 88, 84, and 91. What score must Isabel get on her next test in order to have a mean of 90? So you want the 4 tests that have a mean score of 90. So 88 plus 84 plus 91 plus, I don't know, the 4th score. If I divide that by 4, the 4 test, I want that to be 90. So you need to find the missing test score. Number 5. Construct a set of 4 numbers with the mean less than the median, and you show all work. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know this is the median. We know when we find the sum and we divide it by 4, I get the mean. I want the mean to be less than the median. Make up numbers. I would start small. The median is going to be the average, the mean of the 2 middle numbers, but you can make those the same. So if you make them both the same, remember you have to do them in order, so you cannot make this one bigger. So pick a mean, make it a number that is smaller, and then figure out what the sum has to be when you divide it by 4. That would make your mean less than your median. Okay, number 6. Oh, there's infinite solutions to this one. So use a calculator, come up with numbers. Find 3 numbers whose mean is 4 times as large as the median. Show all work. 1, 2, 3. Now, this is my median. If I get the sum and I divide it by 3, I get the mean. And the connection between the median and the mean is you want the mean. So if I take the median times 4, that would be the mean, not the sum, but the actual mean. So again, start by picking a median. Remember that your numbers have to be in order, so you need a number less than that. And then I think you know that your median has to be 4 times as large to get your mean. So whatever you pick here times 4 is your mean. This is your answer after you divided the sum by 3. So if you work backwards, you can now multiply that by 3, get a sum, and that will give you the 3rd number. Again, infinite possibilities. Number 7, the mean of a list of 5 numbers is 32. So I'm going to do a sum divided by 5, and I get 32. If 3 more numbers are added to the list, the mean number of the list becomes 26. So I'm going to add 5 plus 3 to get 8 numbers. The new sum, this is a new sum, not the same sum. The new sum divided by 8 is 26. What is the mean of the 3 numbers that were added to the list? Well, the new sum minus the old sum or the original sum is going to give you a total divided by 3 is going to give you that mean of the 3 numbers that were added to the list. Only one answer for this one. Number 8, 5 people who worked at a bakery have a mean age of 30. Sum divided by 5 is 30. 2 people, identical twins, join the staff. The mean age goes to 36. So 5 plus 2 is now you have 7 people. So now the new sum divided by 7 is 36. Here's the question. If bakery workers retire at age 65, in how many years will the twins retire? So first of all, the new sum, similar to number 7, minus the original sum. That's going to be the total, but if I divide it by 2, it's going to give me the average, but also the age of one twin. Because they're identical twins, they're going to have the same age. So I can find the difference in sum and then divide that by 2 to get the age of one of the twins. And then you figure out 65 minus the age of one twin is in how many years they can retire. Number 9, the mean of a set of 20 numbers is 20. Sum divided by 20 is 20. The mean of a different set of 30 numbers is 30. Sum divided by 30, 30. What is the mean of the 2 sets? So the 2 sets have 20 plus 30, have 50 numbers. What you need to do is find, let's call this like sum 1 and sum 2 maybe. Figure out what those sums are and then take sum 1 plus sum 2 all over 50 and you will get the mean of the 2 sets. This is what you cannot do. I'm going to write a big no. No, you cannot do 20 plus 30 and divide it by 2 and get 50 over 2, which is 25. You cannot take the mean of a mean, if that makes sense. So you have to find that sum 1 and sum 2, you have to find those totals first. Okay, last one, number 10. Last year, this day, the mean age of 36 employees at a local school was 36. So the sum divided by 36 is 36. On that same day, 5 people retired. So 36 minus 5 is 31. Their ages were 58, 72, 62, 65, and 39. So we're going to find the sum of those. 8 people were hired, so 31 plus 8 is now 39 people. Their ages are 24 plus 30 plus 42 plus 26 plus 21, 33 plus 28 plus 26. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find this total sum up here from this equation. We are going to subtract the sum of the people that are retired, and then we're going to add in the sum of the people that joined, the new people. So all of that is going to give you what I'm going to call the new sum divided by 39. This all happened last year on the same day. So this is going to be the mean age of all employees last year on this day. I want to know the mean age at the school today. Well, all 39 people are a year older today than they were last year. So if we add, so today, the new sum plus 39, because each of the 39 people is a year older, divided by 39 will give you the mean age of all employees today. Okay. When you're done with all the problems, figure out which one is yours and post that one.